Hello, Desert Hills Bible Church family. I'm Mike Zagoda. I'm one of the elders here at Desert Hills, and I wanted to take some time and introduce you to the new commander for our AWANA. Charles Baldwin has joined us as our new commander, who has well over 15 years of leadership experience and actually has gone through the entire AWANA program from his youth all the way through certification. So he is fortunately for us here at Desert Hills Bible Church willing to take on the role and to serve as the new commander. So I want to take some time, let us talk together, and that way you get to know Charles a little better and hear more about what we're doing with AWANA. So Charles, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. It's good to be here.
So could you take a second and tell us a little bit about what is AWANA?
Yeah, so fundamentally, AWANA is a children's program that the church hosts throughout the school year. So we're actually going to start on Wednesday, September 4th. It's every Wednesday throughout the school year, ending in about the middle of May. And what it's designed to do is to help kids memorize the Word of God. They're going to hear a Bible lesson each week. They're going to play some games. So it's just it's a fun time. It's an educational time. And what we want to do is turn it into a spirit-forming time as well, where the kids really are just being saturated by the gospel, not just hearing it, but getting a chance to live it out in a safe environment. So if I was to walk you through a night, kids have handbooks that have various verses and Bible lessons in them, and they work through those with a leader. And what we want out of those leaders is both to teach the kids the Word of God, just in helping them memorize those verses, but also be able to connect that verse that they're memorizing to real life, right? So it's a verse they can live out, not just memorize, right? So we want to avoid a culture where they're just memorizing for treats, and we really want to instill that this is a verse that should be part of who they are as a Christian, even at 5 or 10 years old, right? And then they're also going to sit in a time where the directors of each club are teaching them out of the Word of God, so like a 20, 30-minute Bible lesson. In addition to that, they get a chance to play games. Dodgeball, or there's actually an AWANA Square that's got particular games for the AWANA program that we do. We put them in teams, and they run around, and they throw bean bags and kick balls at each other, and they have a great time. And that's another opportunity, though, for us to help them connect their behavior in playing games, right? The integrity to call yourself out when you're playing dodgeball, or to play by the rules, to cheer on the team when it's not just you running around. All those little behaviors they get a chance to practice, and we want to connect all of that to the gospel in their lives as a real force.
What is the age range of AWANA?
A good question. So we have kids from 2 years old in our Pugles program, all the way through graduating from 6th grade by the end of the year.
Okay, that's great. What is the responsibility, or the relationship, I should say, between the AWANA leadership and the parents?
So really, as leaders in the program, what my goal is that those leaders are coming alongside the parents. Right, so the parents are working hard to teach the Bible to their kids at home, probably memorize verses, teaching them basic Bible lessons, teaching them character that's based on biblical principles. And what we really want out of our leaders this year in particular is to just reinforce everything the parents are teaching at home, right? So that the one command that really comes to mind is the 5th commandment with a promise, right? Honor your father and your mother. And I think by extension, that's honor the authorities in your life. So if we can help these kids memorize Bible verses and realize how they can live out those Bible verses in the other 6 days of the week at home, around their parents, around their family, that's going to be one of the most beneficial things we can do to help these families. We can be those that are just reinforcing the same lessons they're hearing in Sunday school, same lessons they're hearing at home from their parents, ideally. So that's what we want to do, is really just support the families of Desert Hills, in teaching their kids the gospel.
Excellent, excellent. So there's obviously a lot of needs with such a large endeavor. What is the biggest need or want that you need as the commander for the AWANA program right now?
Yeah, so the biggest need we have right at the moment is going to be for volunteers to help lead these kids. We try to have a very very low ratio of leaders to kids. So like it's one leader for ideally 4 or 5 children in the various age groups. And that allows there to be a lot of interaction, a lot of direction, because we're dealing with 2 to 5 year olds. They especially need a lot of direction, right? What I really need right now is men that can help come alongside 2, 5, 10-year-old boys and model the behavior of biblical manhood to them, right? When is it appropriate to listen? When is it appropriate to cheer? When is it appropriate to let loose on the game square? When is it appropriate to sit still in Bible lesson? So really modeling those behaviors by the young and older men of the church would be very helpful.
What are you looking for in your male leadership?
Willingness to serve, Christian. So to serve in the AWANA program as a leader, you need to be at least a 6-month regular attender of Desert Hills Bible Church or a member. and really just a willingness to come alongside these kids, even when it's inconvenient, because I'll be straight with you, it's a long school year. There's going to be lots of nights when you get home from work and you don't feel like doing this. There's going to be nights when the kids are squirrely. But just that commitment to glorify God through teaching the gospel to these kids in both word and deed is really what I'm looking for in volunteers.
What would the time commitment be for someone who chooses to volunteer?
Yeah, so I need volunteers on two levels. I need people to help every week. So think, if there's 34 club weeks, I need you there, maybe 30 of them. And that would be like the commitment of the normal leaders. But I also need fill-in leaders because everybody's going to get sick. People are going to go on vacations or life happens. So I need leaders that are just willing to step into the gap when the normal leaders are out and just work with varying age groups for maybe a week or two.
Excellent. Is there any last final departing words you'd like to share with the congregation about AWANA?
Well, I think if done well, just to reiterate what I said before, I think AWANA really has the opportunity in it to come alongside families and reinforce what parents are teaching at home. Parents that are listening, I think we have the opportunity here to come in and really make you sound smart, because the things you're teaching your kids about the gospel at home, we want to be reinforcing. We want to be teaching them the same lessons about, discipline, good sportsmanship, integrity, honor, and just really support what you're doing. So we're always open and to feedback from parents and to have conversations about their individual kiddos. And just any way we can come alongside families. Really, my heart is that we do that and make it not just a place to drop your kids off for 2 hours on a Wednesday night, and there's a whole side benefit to that, but really have something that helps you out as a parent in the household the other 166 hours of the week you've got them at home. So that's what we're going for.
If somebody does want to volunteer, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so you can go right to the church website, and you can go to the section under Children's Ministry, and then there's a big one right there that says AWANA Volunteers. So you click on that, take you 5 minutes to sign up.
So, if you're looking to volunteer, if you're looking for an opportunity to serve, especially the men here at Desert Hills, please reach out through the Desert Hills Bible Church website at deserthillschurch.com.